Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the SWUS. Continuing on with college football week 5, and I got a scorcher for you. Game of the week, possible playoff implication. I'm joking, obviously. It's Army Temple. It's a mess. Wouldn't be doing this video if it wasn't a standalone Thursday night game. So, Army Temple, gonna give it my best shot.
Welcome to the SWUS. The SWUS. SWUS. Hey, get the SWUS.
All right, like I said, Army's on the road in Philly here. Temple catching 12.5. It looks like it was at 13. Looks like it moved down to 12.5 across the board here. Total sitting at 46.5, depending on your sports book. Let's take a look at the pie charts. I don't trust at all. According to this data, pretty split down the middle as far as ticket percentage. 52% Army, 48% Temple. Money is on Army according to this data, which you should take with a grain of salt. So let's get into this matchup, and we'll talk about the Army offense. And obviously, they're running the football. They're first in the country in run frequency. That should come as a shock to nobody. The shock might be that they're doing a really efficient job with it. I mean, they've been running the shit out of the ball. They're 10th in effective rush, 7th in yards per carry, 4th in rushing success rate. I was not expecting this Army team to be good this year, especially on the offensive side. And look, they haven't played anybody. I don't think FAU's any good. Rice is a disgrace, but let's give Army some credit, man. They look really dominant, and now they're matched up against Temple, so it's not like they're running into a brick wall here. Temple's defensive metrics on the season: 116th in DFEI, 103rd in yards per carry allowed, 92nd in run defense success rate, 103rd in effective rush, 113th in effective rush. We don't have to look at their pass defense numbers. Obviously, they're playing Army. That's irrelevant. We actually already saw Temple in a similar matchup. Early in the season, week 2, they played Navy. They got their asses beat, 38-11. They allowed 298 yards on the ground in that game, 5.96 yards per carry. So Temple has already seen a service academy, and they could not stop that run game at all. Look at their defensive line metrics. I mean, good luck here. 119th in run defense grade, 114th in line yards, 123rd in stuff rate. We know what Army's about to do, and I honestly don't know if Temple is even capable of stopping it. Look at the Army offensive line numbers so far this year. 1st in run blocking grade, 3rd in line yards, 1st in stuff rate. Now, you got to keep in mind they've played nobody. Their offensive line numbers look elite. They haven't played a single decent defensive front. I mean, Rice, FAU, I mean, they haven't played a single Actually, let me take that back. FAU's defensive front isn't terrible, but they haven't played anybody. That's the point. But it doesn't matter because that doesn't change here. Temple has struggled against the run all year. Utah State was running the ball against Temple last week. Even in the game they won against Utah State, they were getting the ball run on. So I don't really have a ton of confidence in Temple making stops against this Army rushing attack. But what about the other side, the Temple offense? And now we might have something here. They made a quarterback change. This is an offense that likes to throw the ball. That dates back to last year with E.J. Warner. Temple likes to throw the ball. Maybe a little more balanced this year. As you can see, they're 51st in pass frequency. Last year, they were up in the top 10, top 15 with E.J. Warner, so not quite as one-dimensional. But still, Temple likes to throw the ball. Here are their offensive metrics on the season, and we have to take these with a grain of salt because we're looking at two different offenses here. They made the quarterback change, and then all of a sudden, Temple's been moving the ball and scoring points. Now, on the season, they're 116th in effective rush, 104th in effective pass. It looks bad, and I'm not saying that with the quarterback change, all of a sudden, this is a good offense, but certainly the quarterback change brought an energy. Through the first 3 games of the season, Temple was averaging 11.3 points per game, 274 yards of offense a game. Last week against Utah State, 45 points and 451 yards of offense. Since Evan Simon has taken over at quarterback, he's completing over 65% of his passes, 456 yards, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, 179.6 passer rating. Look, this offense is starting to resemble what we saw last year with E.J. Warner. Again, I'm not going to say they're a good offense. They're just certainly better than they were before the quarterback change. The part that's difficult for me here is this Army defense. I mean, they're 37th in the country in yards per play allowed, 15th in yards per carry, 21st in yards per pass attempt. They're sitting at 67th in DFEI. This is looking like a decent defense. The reason that's tough for me is because I thought this defense was going to be terrible entering the season. So I was so way off on my assessment here. I'm really not sure how to take that. Should I just throw away my projections of what I thought they were? maybe this defense is better than I anticipated. I mean, they have seen a couple quarterbacks. They saw E.J. Warner, actually, with Rice. He couldn't do anything. They saw Cam Fancher with FAU. So it's not like they haven't seen any quarterbacks. And honestly, look at Army's defensive line numbers on the season. They're 132nd in line yards, 129th in stuff rate. The reason you haven't really noticed this, they've jumped out to these huge leads early. Other teams have had to abandon the run against them. I don't think this run defense is any good. We just haven't been given a chance to see it yet. Now, Temple's offensive line is not exactly setting the world on fire. 83rd in line yards, 78th in stuff rate. But if they can keep Army from jumping out to an early lead and Temple's put in a position where they are able to run the ball, I think they'll be able to here. I mean, look at this graphic here. Army, first in opponent run frequency, meaning they've seen fewer opponent rush attempts than any other team in the FBS. Teams just haven't been put in a position where they're able to run the ball on Army. They jumped out to a 14-0 lead over FAU, a 30-0 lead over Rice. That was a beatdown, and I actually bet Rice in the game. But we haven't seen Army play from behind. We haven't even seen them play in a close game where teams have the option of running the football. So screw it. The whole world's betting Army. I'm going to take a shot on the other side. Like I said, it's a standalone Thursday game. Doing some gambling here. I'm taking the points. Give me Temple plus... Oh, I do see a 13 on DraftKings. I'm taking it. Give me Temple plus 13. Obviously, bet responsibly. I'm just doing some gambling here. If you want to see the bets I do have open, head over to KyleKirms.com and click on Open Bets. You'll see all mine as well as everyone on the staff here. Also... if you sign up for Sauce Network Plus, it comes with access to the Discord, and you can participate in the weekly betting league, $150 and a trophy. Go to the winner every single week. So if you're interested, head over to the website and sign up. Live shows, 4 p.m. on weekdays, Saturday morning college football show, 10 a.m. to kickoff, NFL Sunday show, 11 a.m. up to kickoff. If you're able to make it, would love to see you in the comments. Let's have ourselves a nice week 5 here, coming off a nice weekend. Let's keep that rolling. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you in the Discord.